In this video I will do something that I don't do really often. Organizing my stuff. This is why I designed and print this stackable drawer box. You can print those modules as much or as less you want. Just slide those together and you are ready to go. You can choose whatever size or shape you want. And files are 100% free. You find the link at the down below. And this video is sponsored by PCBWay. Like every project, start with 3D printing. But actually with designing part, 3D printing is the most time consuming thing. You know, for this project was a bit 3D printing. I cleared my table and then let's build a shelf. Shelf modules going together really easily. One side has this extrusion and other side has the same shape of cut. And you probably guess, they slide together. With this design you can print out as much those modules as you want and build whatever shape you want. Right now I'm going for 3x4. By the way, I speak about 3D printing settings after a bit, but all those modules are printed with 0.8mm nozzle, and they fit together exactly as they should. But when you plan to print those modules with 0.4mm nozzle, they might be a bit loose. In this case, you can use a bit glue. Now about drawers. Because I have an accent, this word is really hard for me to say. That's why I call those drawers. In the rest of the video, S1, S2, S3, S4 and P1, P2, P3. I hope you don't mind. And big thanks for PCBWay for helping me to print those. PCBWay has now absolutely great 3D printing service. Actually they have even CNC machining, sheet metal fabrication and even injection molding. Using their service is easy, fast and cheap. Plus PCBWay started competition for unique and cool PCB designs. If you are an electronic enthusiast, it's your chance to win those juicy prizes. You find more information at the down below. So PCBWay is your 3D printing and CNC machining one-stop solution. Back to the video. Just for example, if you have seen any my other video, you saw my small storage thing. It have served me well for more than a year, but sadly for now it's too small. And next to my new storage shelf, you see how small this is. But okay, let's finally get started now. I'm going to start organizing my bolts. Till now I have held them in one box. I basically throw them there. Today it's going to change. I started with M4 bolts. I use them all the time and I have a lot of those. You see this mess, yes? Not good. And I have absolutely no idea why I have so much washers. And first two are ready. Now I do one S3 and I'm going to store here my M4 bolts. I keep regular nuts and lock nuts separated. For one slot I store M4 square nuts. They have different size, but I put them all together. And to the last remaining slot I will put M4 threaded inserts. They have also different size, but I put them together. And those longer M4 bolts I will store in S3. And the next to the long one I think it's cute to put really small ones. I use those to attach 775 motors to somewhere. And another two are ready. Almost all my M4 stuff are stored, but there is lot of more different size bolts and lot of more other stuff. So, storing montage. Okay, here's a quick overview. You see some shelves are empty. I just don't know what to store there. But they will be filled sooner or later. Probably sooner. But there is a lot of things stored. Like you saw at the beginning, here is stored my M4 bolts and nuts. Next to those are M4 and other size bolts, nuts and screws. The bottom one, you know, when I take something apart or however I will get some weird size bolts or screws, I really don't want to throw them away. So I took one P2 for random size bolts and screws. And here are splints. I don't know how they are called in English. And bunch of super glue. Here are my couplers. And here are my bearings. Not all my bearings. Here are only the sizes that I'm using the most. And inside those green ones, there's everything that is related to the electronics. Mostly switches and some sort of connections. Soldering wires, heat sinks, and so on. So if you want to build this on your own, the links for those models you find at the down below. And I walk you through the print settings that I used really quickly. The shelves are printed using 0.8mm nozzle with my Creality CR10 S5. I sliced those with 0.5mm layer height. The walls are only one line thick. This is enough for this application. Those parts don't need to be crazy strong. If you are printing with 0.4mm nozzle, then use 2 lines. You can use more, but this is just waste of material and time. For top and bottom layers, 2 is fine. Infill should be 5 to 10%. Temperatures for PLA I use 210 degrees. Print speed is regular. Retraction and print cooling is enabled. This model doesn't require any supports, raft or prime. Drawers I print with 0.4mm nozzle with 2.4mm layer height. What the fuck? I mean 0.2mm layer height. Wall line count was 2. For the top and bottom layers I use 4 layers. Infill doesn't matter because this part is completely solid. Temperature for PLA I use 205 degrees. Print speed I leave default. Print cooling and retraction are enabled, and this model also doesn't require any supports, raft or prime. So I hope you enjoyed this video and you print this by your own. Thank you for watching and see you guys in the next video really soon. Bye.